Welcome back, everybody. We've got another episode for you of the Casuals. This time we're coming at you without Six. He should be touching down in Chi-Town any minute now, but we couldn't wait to get into the action with y'all. Wanted to make sure we got this up before the Thursday night game, but we've got an exciting episode ahead. We've got Six's picks on deck, so you won't miss out on those. But we're going to start with the NBA. And some big news here, and big for our over under picks for the year. The New Orleans Pelicans have decided to finally fire coach Willie Green after a 2-10 start to the season. James Borrego is taking his place as the interim. Hasn't been a hot start for him either so far. Kenny, Boog, how do y'all feel about the Pelicans replacing Willie Green?
Did you all see that picture of the stadium? It was practically empty.
I did see
Oh,
that sad ass
It
picture
was
of the
it was
stadium. Bro.
practically empty, and that's so sad. Yeah, the Pelicans are a pretty sad franchise right now. I like Derek Queen. Derek Queen's been playing well. He's got some lively energy and stuff, but yeah, this what else can you say? This team is ass.
Andy, remind me again the over-under for the Pelicans. What was it?
We picked the New Orleans Pelicans to go over 31.5 wins. They are 2-12 going into tonight.
Yeah, which would be they're on pace for their worst season since 2004, 2005, when they won 18 games, which is nowhere near 30. So it's not looking great so far for the Casuals, but you never know. Zion, I think, has come back tonight against the Nuggets, so we'll see if that helps. But yeah, so far, like Kenny said, it's been pretty sad.
Yeah, hearts really have to go out to the people of New Orleans. There's some great people down there. They've been
They don't
through
deserve this.
a lot of shit. Yeah, they do not deserve this shit, dude.
They're sinking. They're literally sinking.
They got a lot of good talent over there, so we're hoping that they can figure it out here.
On
A
the
lot
fly,
of good
though.
pieces. Trey Murphy's nice. Yeah, on the fly. The pool party has not gotten going in
I got an
NOLA
exercise
there.
for you, though. I got an exercise for you guys. So Zion Williamson has played 219 games so far, which is the 13th fewest of a number one pick in NBA history. And Cade Cunningham has actually played more games than him, and he was drafted 2 years after him. So I'm going to ask y'all, gun to your head, who plays more games in their career? Ben Simmons, who's at 383, or Zion, who's at 219?
Oh, come on. we got to give it to Zion. It's not looking good, but that's 4 more seasons at 40 games apiece. I think he can get there.
He putting up 40 beignets a night, so I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna make it.
I don't know.
He look a little puffy again in them pictures.
I think Ben Simmons might win that. If I'm a betting man, I'm taking Ben Simmons
will
right
make
now.
A comeback too.
Hey,
he can also make a comeback.
It's not over for the Fresh Prince just yet.
Like what, 26, 27?
Who?
Right? Ben Simmons?
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna go with that.
How old's Kendall Jenner?
Greg Oden made a comeback at 30. I'm just saying, Greg Oden made a comeback at 30. He can't play with Miami Braun for a little minute.
Yeah, he might increase the lead there. A lot of teams need a center, the Pelicans included, so who knows?
For sure.
But yeah, New Orleans has done a great job of showing how bad things can get if you don't have a true point guard and a true center, neither of which they have. So yeah, well, hopefully they figure it out. I like James Borrego. I like a lot of the pieces they have going there. I like the people of New Orleans, and we bet them to go over. So let's hope they turn things around. On a brighter note, though, out east, the Detroit Pistons are looking hot. They've got Jalen Duren putting together a MIP campaign over there, and I just want to flex a little bit. I mean, some of the listeners might know me as an NFL guy. I've been covering the Jags and a few other NFL teams for a while now, but I got my start with the NBA, and I gotta take my wins where I can get them. if y'all can see the date on this tweet here, it says name a player not listed here who you could see being in the 2026 MIP conversation. And your own NBA Quatch Boy put Jalen Duren on the list in August 9th of 2025.
Hey.
I love Jalen Duren, but even I didn't see this coming.
Wow.
I mean,
Babe Ruth, call your shot.
Your shot, Andy.
He's hitting behind the backs, pull up hezzies. I thought he would be like a Dwight Howard, healthy Robert Williams kind of guy, but this is crazy. What do y'all see from the Pistons so far?
Man, the Pistons are scary, and seeing them last year as a Knicks fan, in the playoffs, you could see that the talent was all there. They're just kind of missing that experience, and it seems like that playoff experience is paying off. Those guys were in their bag all summer, thinking about that playoff loss, and they came out with a vengeance, man. Like Cade Cunningham putting up career highs, Jalen Duren, hezzy tweens behind the back, like pull up jumpers. Like these dudes are going crazy with no Jaden Ivey. Like they're gonna be tough in the East for all season. Like this is a dangerous team. And shout out to my boy Dennis Jenkins though, St. John's. Putting up numbers,
sir.
baby.
He's been hooping.
Yes, sir.
I think the Pistons have been phenomenal, and Cade didn't even play, I think, 2 nights ago. And Cade's been sensational, even with Jalen Duren's like explosion. And I was big on Jalen Duren too, like coming out. Like I remember Andy talking about those Jalen Duren on Twitter and stuff. So I was pretty hype on him when he was coming to league too. And it's just been great to finally see this team. It's kind of crazy though, because this team lost 28 games in a row 3 years ago, and they've done a full rebuild. Sacramento has been rebuilding for 20 years. Like it's there's levels to this shit.
Yeah. Nah, Detroit, man,
really
best start since 05-06, and they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. So, if history repeats itself,
leading the East
it could
right
be crazy.
Now.
Yeah.
Leading the East at 13-2. I do think they could use another playmaker, whether that is Jaden Ivey coming back or not. But what I really like about them is that they have a lot of good pieces that they could use to push the chips into the table and really acquire another like star level ball handler if that's really what they wanted to do. That could be Jaden Ivey. That could be Ron Holland, who hasn't really seen a lot of action for them. It could even be Ausar Thompson if they want to go big. But yeah, you have to be encouraged by the start from the Pistons. I'm sure as a Knicks fan, you got to be a little bit worried about that brutal physical style. And now they got a couple of stars on the come up.
Just a little bit, not too much.
Just a little bit.
Not too much. We took care of them last time. We break ankles out here. Watch out for JB.
Yeah, the Knicks are no strangers to playing physical either, for sure.
Yes,
but
sir.
All right, just quick thoughts about the NBA since we're still in the fledgling stages of hoops right now. We are in the thick of the NFL. We're making playoff pushes, and last week there were 3 pretty big games for the playoff picture that we need to talk about. And we're going to start with the hometown Jacksonville Jaguars bouncing back with a huge win over the Los Angeles Chargers. That's huge for the AFC playoff race, beating another potential wild card team. I'll let y'all start. Bug, what'd you think about Duval?
Look, man, I'll eat some crow here. I talk some smack about the Jags. I went against them twice, and they burned me this past week, and they whooped the Chargers' ass, man. That was BTA as Six God would say. Shout out to Six God. See you soon, brother. BTA. They put belt to ass. Justin Herbert was getting decleated. That pass rush was ferocious. The defense was locked down. It was a great game. They ran the ball as the Jags need to do, establish the run, keep it out of 16 hands as much as you can, and just pound that thing. And they got the win. That was a huge win. Huge win.
Pause.
Cannon, you worried about the AFC South race at all?
Thing.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. because we've also beat the Chargers and we whooped their ass too. So it doesn't even matter, personally to me. But no, I picked the Jags in this game. I felt like the Jags had the Chargers number. I also was pretty high on the Jags this week because I felt like they needed to bounce back, and they did. And I think the Chargers are one of the fakest teams in the league. They have no offensive line. Quentin Johnston has just disappeared. Keenan Allen has not been a wide receiver one, according to somebody in our league that doesn't know how to play fantasy football. And just a little diss out there. Shout out Titus.
Shout out to you, Titus.
But so yeah, the Jags at home against the Chargers. Yeah, like the momentum was too heavy for them.
Y'all think there's any chance LA misses the playoffs entirely now?
100%.
It's
actually, I don't know. Actually, I don't know.
That AFC is bunched up. You know, the Chiefs are still around. You know, Houston's still around. You know, they're still in a puncher's chance with it. So I don't know if they miss it.
Baltimore.
If I had to say, I'd say probably 65-35. 65 they make it. But, you know, I wouldn't be shocked if they missed it because that offensive line is bad right now. No Joe Alt is a big problem for them. They can't protect Herbert. Their running game doesn't look too good. So, you know, I could see him missing it, but Herbert could go Superman for a couple weeks if he needs to.
Yeah, they do have a bye to try to get right.
Another
if man.
Yeah, they're gonna need that bye to get right after taking that ass whooping from the Jaguars, but they do have a pretty tough schedule down the stretch. They take on the Raiders right after the bye, which should be a win for them, I would hope. But then they take on the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Cowboys, the Texans, and wrap up with the Broncos. So with the way the Jaguars pass rush made that offensive line look, it could get pretty rough for Justin Herbert and the Chargers down the stretch there. We're going to move on to another one of our favorite teams. The Sixth God is not here, so this is a good opportunity for us to clown on his team a little bit. The Seahawks could not get the best of the Rams in the NFC West race. Fell just short, 21-19 to Matt Stafford. Kenny, you picked the Rams. Why don't you open us up with a recap there? What'd you see?
Man, you know, Sam Darnold seeing ghosts out there, the ghosts of Christmas past. I'm just, I don't know. The Rams had a really good defense. The Rams were the first team to beat the Colts, and we played a great game against them, and we did have 2 touchdowns taken back. But like, the Rams have played phenomenal football all year. Matt Stafford has 2 picks on the season. This guy is absolutely phenomenal. He's a winning record, and he accomplished that. It wasn't pretty, but I think Sean McVay just knows these quarterbacks like the back of his mind, and now his defense is actually up to par on what he wants to do on coverages and like just the stuff he was sending him. Like, you had people, he knew that we're going to try to get JSN over the top. Everybody was, there's no way he can get it over the top. They're double covering him. They're double covering Shaheed on the other side somehow, and they're getting to him in the pressure. And that's all he had to do. And somehow, I don't know why Sam Darnold was still in after the 3rd pick. I feel like in this day and age, you take the quarterback out after the 3rd pick.
Wow.
Personally,
yank him.
Like, wow. I know it's a close game, but like 3 picks, like, you're done, fam. Like, I'm sorry. Like, in today's NFL, like, we haven't scored. You have 3 interceptions. We have all field goals. We need to do something. I'm putting somebody else in that hasn't thrown 3 interceptions. But hey, Mike McDonald, you're 7-3. Do what you gotta do.
That's I wouldn't say a short leash, but that's pretty short. Like, that sends a message to your locker room. You bench your starting quarterback in a 1-score game.
Yeah, for
in
Drew
divisional
Lock
game.
or Jalen
For
Milroe
Drew Lock,
too.
I'm just saying. Three picks
lunacy.
Is a lot, man. Just it's a lot. And then the 4th one, like, he dares to throw a 4th one, like.
Well, this is where I'll give Sean McVay some love, like you were saying, man. Like, this guy's a Super Bowl winning coach. Like, he can dial up a game plan for any quarterback in the league. he dialed up a game plan against Tom fucking Brady. You know what I'm saying? And held them to under 20 points. What was it, like 16, 13 points that Super Bowl? So this is Sean McVay in a game that they need, a game they're trying to send a message that, you know, we were talking about on the pod about Seattle's defense being superior. And it's like, hey, man, my defense is pretty good too. So I'm a tip my cap to Sean McVay there. I wouldn't bench Sammy D, even though, you know, he did throw 4 picks. That's a lot of picks. Nah, you
I'm
ride
not
with
saying
him.
like, I'm not saying like bench him for the season, but like, man, like take a breather, man. just
nah, that's when you look at the iPad for a bit. Just like
the iPad was
the
iPad. The iPad looking back like but yeah, I like what you said. Like also, I feel like Sean McVay, you know, he like they won the Super Bowl, lost everybody on that roster, and somehow have become back in 3 years, and it just speaks a lot to his greatness as a head coach. Sean McVay is one of my favorites.
Since Six isn't here, I'll step up as the Seattle defender. I think that if you're a Seahawks fan, you kind of have to come away from this game as encouraged as you can in a loss. I mean, as bad as Sam Darnold was throwing 4 picks, you
lose
lost
by
2 points, and they actually had the chance to win the game on a field goal. And he made the first one before the timeout. Like, obviously, you want to be able to move the ball more consistently against that team, and you don't want to see your starting quarterback throw 4 picks. But if that Rams punter didn't make literally the play of the game to pin them on the one, you're probably walking out of there with a win. And if you had to point out one unit as the most impressive in that game, it has to be the Seahawks defense. They really only allowed 1 real touchdown drive. The other 2 touchdowns came directly off of Sam Darnold interceptions. So that was basically the worst case disaster scenario for Seattle, and they had a chance to win it still at the end there. The thing you have to worry about is that if Sam Darnold is going to struggle like this against elite pass rushes, you got to think about the path to the NFC. Like, you've got the Packers and Micah Parsons. You've got the Eagles.
Yeah.
You'll probably have to play the Rams again.
Sammy D seems to have the Kirk Cousins curse of playing in the bright lights, just missing.
Hey, sometimes
he's just got the bozo gene in him still. It's hard to get rid of that in 2 seasons. It's going to come out eventually. But overall, I mean, if you're a Seahawks fan, you got to be feeling as good as you can after a loss. If you're a Chiefs fan, though, I don't know. It might be time to start panicking. The Broncos bucked the Chiefs 22-19. Patrick Mahomes got outplayed by the boner. Bug, what do you think? Should Casey be worried about the playoff chances?
Man,
you
know, as you guys know, as the homies in the group chat, you know, I have a soft spot for Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? Anyone who can dethrone Tom Brady's greatness and vilify and slay that demon, Tom Brady, and his legacy by taking over as the GOAT quarterback, I'll take that. You terrorists, you terrorized my team for 20,000 years. So yeah, I root for Patty, but man, I'm kind of worried. This is a game that the Chiefs usually win, and they don't have that voodoo magic on them. Honestly, I think the Eagles kind of stole their voodoo magic, and yeah, I'm a little bit worried about the Chiefs. I don't know. I'm a little bit worried. Getting outplayed by the boner at home, that's a tough look for Patty Mahomes, man. That's a tough look.
Tough look. Yeah. It makes me feel great for them playing the Colts this week. They're reeling. They're 0-5 in 1-score games. We're defeated in 1-score games right now, and I'm feeling great about it. I think you know, the Chiefs are Patty in general just hasn't looked like himself. Like all the deep balls he threw in the game, like
he missed a lot of throws.
He missed a lot of deep balls, and those deep throws are just what he made his bread and butter on to win those 3 championships. And they're just not there right now. And I'm just, you know, like Ben said, it's scary. It's scary because I believe Patrick Mahomes is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time already. But he's got to sustain this. But if you're already 30 and crashing out, this totally ruins that case. So yeah, I hope he figures it out. You got your wife some tits. Go out on the practice field, my guy. Come on.
The bright side of that is it's not like his arm doesn't have the juice anymore. It's not like he's just throwing noodles out there.
Right.
He's literally just missing them. And a lot of the times he's
Missing.
overthrowing. And if you're used to throwing to Tyreek Hill down the field, you probably got to adjust a little bit. Like Xavier Worthy might run a 4.2, but it's not the
But
same as Tyreek Hill's speed.
I understand, but it's been 4 years since Tyreek Hill left. He's had chances to throw the deep ball, and they've been good. Been good deep throws from Patrick Mahomes in the past. But this year it's just been miss after miss, especially in close games. Even the Jags game, he threw that pick on the goal line. That's not a Patrick Mahomes play. That's just not who he is. It's been a bad season for him overall, in my opinion.
Yeah. Some of his mistakes are second year, third year quarterback mistakes. Gotta have it in the red zone, money downs, money situations. Yeah. He's not cashing in the way that he used to. Even with his legs, he's not getting those first downs, those crucial runs. So, right. If I'm a Chiefs fan, I'm a little bit worried because you lost to the boner. Justin Herbert's still ahead of you in the standings. You wish you had gotten this game to move up, but to take this one on the chin at home, it's tough. And then you're staring down Houston. I mean, that's Indianapolis next week. Johnny T coming to town off a bye week. You probably should have got this game. This was an important game to get.
I am ready.
It wasn't a must-win game, but it was pretty close. I mean, 12 wins is still on the table if you literally run the table for the rest of the season. But their margin for error.
Everybody that has said run the table, I have not heard one team that has said they ran the table since Drew Brees did it 6 years ago.
I think Perky Rogers did it.
Yeah, Perky Rogers did it, but they haven't. We haven't seen a run the table in quite some time. So I don't know if the Chiefs are going to run the table. We'll see.
Yeah, Mahomes is one of the GOAT quarterbacks, so we'll see if he can do it. But yeah, that margin for error is absolutely gone. They've already lost to every single team that's currently in the AFC wildcard spot, so that's tough. They're not going to get the tiebreakers, so they have to just beat them by record outright. And their best chance probably is dropping the Chargers out. They have a head-to-head with them left. They have another head-to-head with the Broncos. It's not going to be easy. They have a couple favorable matchups with the Titans and I guess the Cowboys, but the Cowboys have been looking a little different too since the trade deadline. So yeah, it's time for them to buck up for sure. But all right, enough about the past. Let's get into our NFL Week 12 preview here. We're going to go game by game, just like every week, and giving y'all our spread picks. First game on the board is the Buffalo Bills at Houston Texans. That's your Thursday night football feature. The Bills are favored by 5.5 points. Canny, who you taking?
I'm taking Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. I think the Houston Texans are good defensively, but I think the Mills magic runs out this week. On a short week, Mills has delivered well over the last 2 weeks, but backup quarterback juice does not last, multiple winning weeks. So I think Josh Allen comes out to Houston. He wants revenge for that playoff game they had where he had 4 picks, I think. I think Josh Allen's coming out with a little bit of fire, and he's coming off a 6 touchdown game. I don't think he's going to have 6 touchdowns, but I think he's going to ball out, and I think the Bills will cover.
Bug?
Andy, you got this breaker split early. I'm going with the Houston Texans, man, at home. Plus 5.5. Love that. I love it. This defense is good. This defense is good at home. I'm a roll with the points here, and I'm rolling with Davis Neck Mills. I'm rolling with the neck, man. Give me that neck.
Keep rolling with the neck. I like it. I am not going to roll with the neck. I got the Bills here. Davis Mills did his best to beat a very bad Titans team and a very bad Jaguars team in that fourth quarter. He put on his magic there for sure. But yeah, like Kenny said, there's only so much juice in there. That defense is great, but they're only going to be able to keep Josh Allen at bay for so long. Buffalo's number one weakness is their run defense, and I just don't think the Texans have the juice to take advantage of that. Maybe if they had CJ Stroud and Joe Mixon back there in the backfield, but with respect to Woody Marks, waiver wire legend this season. But yeah, I don't think they have the juice to get it done. 6 also picked the Bills, so that gives Boog the fade in the first game, Thursday Night Football. Let's move on to a game we've previewed a bit already. It's the Colts going on the road to Arrowhead to take on the reigning AFC champs and Patrick Mahomes. The Chiefs are favored yet again by 3.5 points, despite sitting at 5-5. Kenny, how do you feel about that?
Hey man, the last time we played the Chiefs, we came back with the playoffs with this guy behind me, Andrew Luck. Great fourth quarter comeback in the playoffs with the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes is 0-2 against the Colts. I feel confident, man. I feel like Jonathan Taylor's making his case for MVP. I really want to take 2 touchdowns for a lot of parlay, but I'm not gonna jinx myself. But yeah, I think Jonathan Taylor, he's rushing with some momentum. James Cook just ran all over them. Who is it? RJ Harvey played well against them too. I don't think the Kansas City Chiefs defense is what it used to be. They're mid. So I think we're catching the Chiefs on a downward spiral right now. Travis Kelce, we're joining the ranks of you in podcasting, but yeah,
we on your last, boy.
You need to hang up them cleats, buddy. It's over. It's never been so over for you, bro. You're a billionaire now. You just gotta relax, man. This football shit.
Right, he's trying to
it's over.
Cap off that engagement with another ring, dude.
And it's not happening. Jason Kelce tried to do the same thing. He's like, I'm gonna retire off 1 ring. Guess what?
He's trying to have the ceremony with the confetti coming down.
You already a millionaire. You already a millionaire/billionaire, man. Get the fuck off the field.
Bad blood in the black girl.
Get the fuck out of the field. I'm sorry.
Bug, you rolling with the shoe or you rolling with the goat?
Hey, like Candy so eloquently put it, KC has been mid against the spread. They're 5-5 so far. Indianapolis is 8-2. I'm taking the plus 3.5. That half point. So delicious. This is going to be a field goal game, if anything. The Colts could win outright. I don't know if I'd bet on that, but 3.5. This is definitely I could see this going to OT maybe. But yeah, this is a 3-point game.
All right, going with the points. This is going to give us our first split of the week.
Ooh.
6 rolled with the champs, and I am 2. This is it. This is the moment for Patrick Mahomes. Like I said earlier, the Chiefs have no margin for error left. They got to start turning things around now. If they're going to, it's a revenge game for them. And I think that Steve Spagnuolo is going to be licking his chops looking at Daniel Jones in the backfield. I think he's going to send a blitz on pretty much every single down. Daniel Jones has 6 fumbles in his last 2 games. I think they're going to be very encouraged by that. And if the Chiefs offense can get rolling and put the pressure on Daniel Jones to try to keep up, I think it could get ugly. But let's move on to the Patriots at the Bengals. The Bengals get 7.5 points at home against Drake May and his MVP campaign. Bug, what do you think?
MVP campaign. Another MVP quarterback in New England. What a time. I am going with the Pats on this one. This is a high spread. 7.5 is a lot of points, but the Bengals, I can't believe in them. No Jamar Spitter Chase. Bad man. You don't spit on another man. That's Jalen Ramsey should have fucked you up. He should have fucked you up. But nah, man, I'm going with the Pats on the road. 7.5. I like them by 10, so I'm going with the Pats.
Any belief in Joe Flacco and the Bengals without Jamar Chase?
The Bungles are not running the table. This team is straight dog shit. Yeah, I'm taking the Patriots by 12, honestly.
Yeah, I'm with you there. 6 is also rolling with Drake May and the Pats. Yeah, I think this game's gonna go about as well as Jamar Chase's appeal to the league. I can't believe he tried to say that he didn't spit on him straight up, and
Nigga, we
then he
got you in
tried to appeal the
4K.
suspension.
4K.
Bro, 4K. He spit a fucking loogie, dog. They got it from 50 feet away. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't a little spray or a little spat. He hocked that shit up
They
at
had a booger in there for
Jalen
sure.
Ramsey. That man's out of his mind. But speaking of Jalen Ramsey, our next game is the Steelers going on the road to take on the Bears. The Bears, the leading AFC North team, favored by
NFC.
2.5 points. Are you rolling with the Bears here, Canny?
Hell yeah, I'm rolling with the Bears. Mason Rudolph's bitch ass can get the fuck out. Like, I'm serious. Caleb Williams hype core, I'm in it. Colson Loveland hype core, I'm in it. DeAndre Swift, DJ Moore, I'm with the Bears at home, man. The Bears at home are great. Um, I wish I could get tickets for this game, but I am traveling on Sunday, so I couldn't get them. But um, Pittsburgh Steelers, boo boo, boo boo, just boo boo. This is honestly. Let me hear y'all. Actually, hold on. This might be the first season? Like the Pittsburgh Steelers schedule for the rest of the season is pretty tough. Do you guys think the Pittsburgh Steelers uh have a losing record this year? Will this be Mike Tomlin's year?
I don't know, man. They find a way to win 9 games every year. I don't know if that's going to be enough to get them into the playoffs, but I think they'll probably get to 9.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin will kill somebody to go 8-1. Like he'll go for a tie.
Yeah,
Like
he'll
if
probably
it,
go 8. 8-1 sounds more believable than 9-8. Yeah.
yeah. But speaking of Mike Tomlin, I'm taking the Steelers in this game. You know,
Okay.
the
Oh,
Bears, although they've been pulling out some wins, they've been looking kind of shaky. Caleb hasn't looked good in a couple weeks, and I think this is a Mike Tomlin special. Underdog on the road, shitty weather. Everybody expects you to lose. Backup quarterback Mason Rudolph is in, but yeah, for some reason I just like Mike Tomlin in the spot. I feel like he wins these games. I feel like he covers these games. So I'm taking the 2.5.
Tomlin and the Steelers definitely need to win this game. They're 6-4 now. Baltimore's right on their tails at 5-5. Aaron Rodgers is pushing to play this week. And I don't know if he's going to be able to get it done. I'm going to roll with the Bears. They've got the hot hand. I think they have enough offense to get through a pretty gimmicky defense from the Steelers this year. 6 is also rolling with the Bears, so that gives Bug yet another fade.
Hit
But
away.
that's why we love him. He's a bold man,
I am.
and we're
He
gonna
was a
see
bold man.
just how bold he is for this next game. The
Yeah.
Jets go on the road to take on the Ravens. The Ravens are laying 13.5 points. Bug, any faith in Tyrod Taylor to cover here?
No. No faith at all. I'm a crazy man. I'm not that crazy. I'm going with the Ravens. I don't like the backup quarterback spot here. I don't like anything about the Jets offense. I think they can keep it close for maybe 3 minutes of game time. But I think Lamar and the Ravens blow the door off. Lamar's going to put up some numbers this game, pad his stats, make them look all pretty by the end of the year. And this is one of those games. I think they're going to feast.
Annie, you've been a pretty avid supporter of the Jets. Are you going down with the Justin Fields ship, or are you still riding with New York?
I'm not riding with New York in this one. This is a must-win game for Baltimore. So it's literally like it's a D Wade alley oop to LeBron James type game for them. You're playing Tyrod Taylor, who has been a backup for God knows how many centuries at this point. Yeah, I'm taking the Ravens. I think the Baltimore Ravens showed some pretty cool play calling last week against the Browns. You know, the Mark Andrews touchdown was pretty sick. Think Greg Roman's still their offensive coordinator, right? I feel like he's getting back into his bag a little bit, getting creative. So using the 3 tight end spread to create out some space for Henry and stuff. So I think it's been good for Baltimore in this last 3 weeks. So yeah, they've been looking good since that Bears game because I don't think anybody thought they would win that game. So shout out to them.
Yeah, all of us here at the Casuals are big fans of Bill Simmons, the Podfather. But I don't know if y'all heard on his last episode, he was trying to say that the Ravens were the fakest team in the league, talking about that they struggled against the Browns, which means that they're probably going to miss the playoffs. I don't know about that, Uncle Bill. I think that
I watched that episode too. I watched that episode too, and cousin Sal, I believe Sal was like, "Man, no, that's not true." Like, it was pretty wild. Shout out Bill.
Uncle Bill been on some shit lately. He's trying to launch a new TikTok series where he's sitting in the sauna, the t-shirt on.
Hey, that was pretty fire. That shit was pretty funny. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
Don't go out like Belichick, man.
Yeah, but what was funny is episode 5 from the sauna.
Yeah, from the sauna, baby.
Yeah, that's gonna give us another sweep. I'm rolling with the Ravens here. I do think Tyrod Taylor will make the Jets offense look a tiny bit better, but with Garrett Wilson out, that receiving core is abysmal. I mean, A.D. Mitchell as your wide receiver 1 is never a good thing, and I don't know how much juice Tyrod's got left in the tank. Let's move on to Seattle at Tennessee. Tennessee is given 13.5 points on the spread. Bug, you think that's enough for Cam Ward to cover?
I do. I'm going Cam Ward, baby.
Let's go.
I'm going the Titans. Hey, the Titans have been horrible against the spread. This is. I don't advise this. Don't follow this. Don't bet on this. And if you do, bet it casually and responsibly. But I'm taking the Titans plus 13.5, man. Sammy D had a very bad game last week. Very, very bad game. And I think they might be overlooking the Titans a little bit. Like, oh, everybody expects this is just a get-right game. We're just going to go into Nashville, kick Cam Ward around. But I think they get up for this game. Maybe they don't win, but I think they keep it within 14 points. I'm going with the Titans.
I like that take. Kenny.
I'm also going to take the Titans based off of that. You convinced me, man. Like,
let's go!
Deadass, I did not know how to feel about this game coming in. I thought this was like a pretty shitty game, in my opinion. But you made some great points. And personally, I think, I'm taking the Tennessee Titans by 13.5. I think Cam Ward played pretty well last week against one of the better defenses in the league. And I think Seattle gave up a lot of film last week with those 4 picks, baby. So maybe the Titans come through. I'm just saying, when you throw 4, well, that's what my point was in the first place with the 4 picks. You're giving up too much film to these producers and all the film scouts and everybody looking at it. It's like, oh shit, let's use this coverage. Oh shit, let's try this. But yes, of course, you know, the Rams defensive line and their stuff is good, way better than the Titans. But the Titans still have a really good defensive line. They can get pressure on them. If they can get their secondary to look a little bit like Seattle's last week, boy, they might create some problems.
Yeah, they did give up a lot of film, and the biggest takeaway from Seahawks Rams for me was that LA just did not fall for Seattle's 13 personnel gimmick. They didn't run the linebackers out there. They just sat in nickel because they know that you're not really going to try to run the ball with Kenneth Walker. That's not what you're trying to do. I don't care how many tight ends you have out there. We're playing the pass, and we're going to get pressure with 4. We're going to get interior pressure, and we're going to rattle Sam Darnold and make him see ghosts. And that's exactly what happened. But I don't think Tennessee has the goods to do that. I don't think their coach is going to be smart enough, even with the blueprint laid out there. Y'all already know that 6 is riding with the Seahawks. I'm going to ride with the Hawks as well. I think they're going to look to make a statement after taking a tough loss to the Rams. I think they're going to pile it on here. I do think Sam Darnold is going to get benched in this game, but for a good reason. I don't expect him to be close. Maybe Cam Ward will get the backdoor covered, but I'm not betting on it. All right, let's keep the hometown teams rolling. We've got Boog's own Giants going to Detroit. The Lions are laying 10.5 points. Is Jabuin's gonna cover here, Boog?
Jabuin's, is it Jabuin's this game too? Dart's not back?
Yeah. I don't think so. Let me double check on that.
Well, regardless, while you do check on that, I hope Jackson Dart does come back for fantasy purposes. I need that for my points poll. But 10.5, I'm going with the Lions. Talk about statement games. They lost against the Eagles last week. Their offense did not look good. Jared Goff missed a lot of passes. I think Dan Campbell's going to look at that film and be like, hey, what the fuck was that? Let's try to get some easy throws. Let's try to hit these easy routes. And let's run the ball and establish a lead. Run it with Jahmyr Gibbs. Run it with Montgomery. 10.5. I think the Lions can win by 2 touchdowns at home.
Yeah,
Same.
correction.
Yeah.
Jackson Dart did return to practice, and he is on pace to play in this game. Seems like 6 is rolling with Jackson Dart. Canny, what do you think?
I'm rolling with Jared Goff in a dome. Hell yeah, I'm going with Jared Goff here. 10.5. Yeah, this is easy for me. Even if Jackson Dart is back, like this guy's gonna have to slide at every fucking play. Like he's not gonna be the same running quarterback right now. They're probably gonna play him pretty safe, even if he plays. So yeah, I'm taking the Lions by 10.5.
Yeah, Jared Goff did not look good against the Eagles.
No,
That Eagles
no.
pass rush got to him. He was seeing ghosts just like Sammy D. Both of them turned back into pumpkins in the same week. But the good news for Goff, like Canny said, is they are back in the dome. They're going to be back in the dome or in a dome for the rest of the season. So Detroit has a pretty good chance of making a push here down the stretch. They need to. They have the same record as the Jacksonville Jaguars at 6-4. Shout out. Those two teams are feeling very different about their 6-4 records. So I think they're going to be looking to pile it on here against the Giants. So that's going to give 6 his first fade of the week. Let's move on to Vikings at Green Bay. The Packers are minus 6.5. We said that if they didn't cover last week, we would probably never bet on them again. And they did technically cover. They didn't give us the win. They gave us the push. They were favored by 7, and they won exactly by 7. Canny,
Yep.
what do you think about this week?
This is my stay away game for the week. I'm not. If anybody bets on this game, I'm sorry. I'd recommend you don't bet on this game. But for the purposes of this pod, I'm going to take the Vikings by 6.5. I think it's a close game. Jordan Love has shown me he is not who everyone thinks he is. 60 million for somebody who's barely winning you games is it's kind of ass if you ask me. So yeah, I think yeah I think Vikings are. I don't think the Vikings are going to win. I don't think the Vikings are going to win. Just to be clear, I do think it's going to be a closer game than 6.5 points.
Definitely. Bug, you rolling with 9?
9. Wow, this is so tough. I don't trust the Packers at all, but I also don't trust 9. 6.5 is too high with no Josh Jacobs, so I'm gonna go with the Vikings. I don't like it. It's like taking medicine. I don't like it. I don't want to take it. I'm taking the 6.5.
You want to play your stay away as well?
Nah. I'm gonna save that one. There's another one that needs a parental advisory. Yo, call the hotline advisory. Like, yo, there's coming up though.
All right, yeah. For the listeners, we decided as a casual podcast, as people who don't want to push irresponsible gambling, that we would give each of our hosts one stay away game per week that would not count on their spread record. Of course, we're still going to give you our best takes, give you our best previews we can, and give you our advice. But Sometimes we're going to play a stay away and let you know that we would personally never bet in that game. That's not going to be the case here for me. I'm going to hit the fade and take the Packers. I
Oh,
don't trust 9. I don't trust the way that the Vikings feel about Mr. 9.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Packers need a statement win. They couldn't get it last week. I think at home in a big divisional game against a pretty reeling Vikings offense, I think they're going to get the job done. I think Micah Parsons is going to go crazy. I think Jordan Love will have one of those encouraging games that makes people think that he's an elite quarterback again. I like what Christian Watson's doing. He pops off on tape. I think they're going to try to explore that a little bit more. Josh Jacobs will probably be back. And even if he's not, I think it'll be enough to beat the Vikings here by a tutty. And I think this is going to bring us to what I'm guessing is Bug's stay away game. We've got the doo-doo bowl of the week, the Cleveland Browns with Shador. Perfect timing, gets to take on the Las Vegas Raiders for his first real start of his young career. The Raiders are favored by 3.5 points. Bug, what do you think? Even if you're staying away, what do you think about this one?
Andy, I like where your mind's at, but this is not my stay away. Hey, I'm going with Shador. Give me the 3.5.
Yes,
Give me the Browns. Give me the Browns defense. Yo, they should have started Shador from the start of the season. I don't know what they were doing with Dylan Gabriel, the Disney Channel original quarterback. I don't know what the fuck they were doing with that. I did bet on Geno last week, and I regret it. And I'm not going to do it again. I'm taking this Browns defense. I'm taking Myles Garrett to have a big, big game. And I'm taking Shador, man. Cover that spread. Get your first cover for the casuals. Do it for Bug. And if you win outright, I won't be mad at you. And I won't tell anyone that I bet that.
Yeah.
Danny, what do you think?
I'm going with Shador as well, man.
Let's
Shout
go.
out Shador.
Free 12.
Shout out Shador.
Ooh.
Free 12. I didn't think he looked terrible. I didn't think he looked terrible against the Ravens defense. He did come in.
He looked pretty bad.
Yeah, but you come in halfway through a game, never had first team reps according to sources. So I didn't expect him to play like lights out on, in a game when you didn't expect to play anyway. So I think Shadur's he's practicing well. That's what the reports are saying, and I think Shadur's gonna come out, flick that wrist in the end zone. Myles Garrett in the defense I think they're gonna score some points too against Geno Smith and he's 13 interceptions on the year. Yeah. Give me the Browns, man. Give me the Browns. This might be a doo-doo bowl, but it's in Vegas. Shadur's coming back for the revenge. The Raiders passed up on him. They definitely could have used him, honestly. Like anything would have been more hopeful than this Geno Smith season. So yeah, I think Shadur comes in and takes it over.
All right, this is going to be a first in casuals history, and it might be a first in all of NFL podcasting history. We've got a sweep rolling with the Browns.
Let's
6
go!
also took the Browns plus 3.5. Yeah, Gino, I'm sorry, man. I tried to take up the sword for you, but I cannot do it anymore. I'm not Jon Snow. I can't fight this battle anymore. And Pete Carroll, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Bullshit.
I know you're old. If you're starting to lose it there, man, just retire. Just hang it up.
Bingo
You've made your
night.
money.
He did.
You already moved to Las Vegas. Just go ahead and take a seat in the casinos.
Just chill at the Aria, bro.
Why are you giving Ashton Genty 3 carries in the first half against one of the worst running defenses in the entire fucking league? Ridiculous. So that you can put the ball in Geno Smith's hands. Second half, the game was already out of hand. Fucking whatever. But 3 carries in the first half? What are you doing to me, man?
Malpractice.
That was ridiculous.
And
I have Ashton Genty in my other league, and I got eliminated from the playoffs because he did shit. I needed like 20 points.
Ashton, it's not your fault, brother. Just try to get out of there as fast as you can. I've never heard of a rookie holding out in the second year of their contract, but go ahead and make some history.
Pete Carroll is treating
And
malpractice.
It's Tom's fault. I blame Tom. I don't know why, but it's Tom's
fucking
fault.
Tom.
Tom
Maybe
Brady's
if they
fault.
let you, maybe if they let you into those media sessions, this wouldn't be happening. You'd
Watch
hear
more
about
film, Tom.
what's going on in Vegas.
Less hair plugs.
What's going on in
More
Vegas?
film, Tom.
But
Yeah.
as much as I want to shit on Gino and the Raiders for being the biggest disappointment in the entire league this year, I want to give some credit to Shador. He did look absolutely awful there, but that final drive, he gave the Browns a shot. And even in a game where he went 4 of 16, he made 2 or 3 throws there. Some of them were incompletions, but he made 2 or 3 throws there that Dylan Gabriel would never even try in his life.
Right.
And I think he's going to come out and look pretty good with a full week of practice. Honestly,
even in those 12 incompletions, like a lot of those deep balls, Dylan Gabriel could not even attempt those throws. You're exactly right.
Nope.
So
fuck no, he wouldn't even try them.
He couldn't make it. He would be short by 15 yards.
He is short.
He is short.
I got no
But yeah,
beef
I
with the
honestly
short
can't
things.
believe that Vegas is even favored in this game, Shador or not. And getting 3.5 points with Myles Garrett staring down that Raiders O line and Geno Smith is ridiculous. I think that this is an easy sweep. Let's move on to my beautiful Jacksonville Jaguars, the most mercurial team in the NFL. They're going on the road to take on the Cardinals and Jacoby Brissett. The Jags are actually favored in this game by 2.5 points on the road. Kenny, what do you think?
Why are you coming to me first? This
You
guy,
know why? Shoe boy.
shoe boy, I guess. I'm taking the Cardinals, man. Personally, not. I know Ben has a rule about taking the Cardinals and stuff, but the Jags like to play it close in games they should definitely blow out teams by. And this is an away game. I don't think the Jags have been personally good away. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Cardinals with 2.5. I don't know if they win, but it's definitely a 3-point game in my opinion.
Bug, what do you think?
You know, as this pod has started and progressed, I've kind of built up a reputation for being a kind of a Jags hater. And I don't like how I come across that way. You know, I love Duval, man. I love Jacksonville. I love the Jags. That's why I'm taking them, man. 2.5. Give me the
Yes,
Jags. I'm
sir.
not taking Jacoby Brissett. I am a little bit
47
nervous.
completions.
I am a little. He did throw 47 completions. That's right, Katie. Which was an NFL record.
NFL record.
Which does scare me against the Jags defense a little bit if they're just gonna air it out like that. But you know, with the way the pass rush looked last week, and you know, the way they ran the ball and just established the run, I think that'll be enough to take the Cardinals. I'm going against Jacoby Brissett again. That's my rule.
Again.
Yeah, I think the Jags found something here. They finally got a complete Liam Cohen game. That was a fucking masterpiece from him, the way they ran the ball. Anthony Campanelli pitched a great game, too, against the Chargers. I think he's going to keep that rolling against Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett does not like to throw interceptions. He'd rather take sacks. So I think this is going to be a big game for the Jaguars pass rush. And yeah, I don't think the Cardinals have the goods to take advantage of the Jaguars' weaknesses, and we haven't been that bad on the road. We're, I think, 2-2 so far in the season. I think we want to get another big win here, take advantage of a lighter schedule, and keep rolling. I think they'll easily win by a field goal. I don't even know if Cam Little's going to get much work here. I think we'll just run it down their throats again. And
Yes,
6
sir.
also sided with the Jaguars, so that gives Canny the fade with the Cardinals and Jacoby Brissett. This next game has to be the stay away from Bug. We've got the Atlanta Falcons with Kirko Cousins going on the road for Tyler Shuck and the Saints. The Saints are somehow favored by 1.5 points. Bug, what do you think?
Andy, you're right. I'm staying the fuck away. But my analysis is, I don't know if the Saints should be favored in any game, But the Falcons might be the exception. So if I were to not stay away and to be irresponsible and casually bet on this game, I'd probably take the Saints, man. Kirk Bangs, it's over for you, man. It's over for Kirko Chains. Kirko Chains, my fault. Shout out to Kirko Bangs, wherever you are. Drinking my cup still.
Yes, sir. Timeless classic. Kirk Cousins is not a timeless classic. But
No.
what do you think, Kenny? Is he going to be able to get the job done here?
Fuck no. I'm rolling with the Shuck. You know,
Mother
Tyler Show,
suckers.
Mother
Shucker.
Shuckers. You know, I
Mother
think the
Shucker.
show. I think the show lives on. You know, I think Atlanta has shown us that they're not a serious football team. Raheem Morris, I don't know what you're calling. I don't know what your play callers are calling, but you clearly don't have the team together with this offensive talent. Um, there's multiple games you should have won, and you've lost them now. It's looking like it's over. You know, you lost your starting quarterback, lost your starting wide receiver now. Bijan's gonna have to carry the load, and we'll see if the Saints go up to just stop one man, and I think that's easier than stopping three. So, yeah, I think Kirk Cousins does not give you a chance to win in 2025. So, yeah, I'm going with Tyler Show.
All right, that's going to give us another split. 6 also rolled with the Dirty Birds. I'm not entirely confident if he knows that Michael Penix is out for this game or not, but
He's out for season.
I do know that Kirk Cousins is playing this game, but it doesn't matter. I'm rolling with the Falcons for one reason and one reason only. That's because the Saints own their own first round pick in 2026 and the Falcons do not. That means that New Orleans has every reason to lose and Atlanta has every reason to win and try to save some face
Divisional
here,
game,
try
as
to show
Six would
some kind
say.
of direction from the coaching staff. And they're getting points here. So I'm just going to roll with the team that's probably going to be trying harder. Speaking
We've
of
said
teams that
this
are trying
before.
very hard to save their seasons, we've got the Dallas Cowboys hosting their rival Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are favored by 3.5. Kenny, what do you think?
I'm not personally a big fan of this game. Eagles Cowboys is always kind of like a weird game. It's always kind of close, and so this line is it's close to me. I don't like the Cowboys. I'm sticking with the champs. I think the Eagles are, you know, they got the voodoo magic of that, you know, the Chiefs of the previous years. So somehow they're winning games. That fourth quarter bomb in the Packers game a couple like 2 weeks ago, like on fourth down, like I don't even know what Nick Sirianni's doing, and he's winning games like this. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Eagles.
Bug?
Man, that half-point hook is so juicy. And I hate the Cowboys. I hate Jerry Jones. The Eagles
You're
are
taking
7
them.
and 3 against the spread. They're kicking ass against Vegas, but man, that three
You're
and a
taking them,
half.
aren't you?
I'm going with the Cowboys. Their offense looked good, albeit against the Raiders. It's not going to look that good against the Eagles, but the Eagles kind of play to their competition. You know, they haven't really had a blowout win in a while, and the running game
Saquon
doesn't look that
Barkley.
good. So even if they get a lead, can they sustain the lead with Dak airing it out every down? And I think they keep it within 3.5. Man, that half-point hook is enough for me. I'm going with the Cowboys.
Interesting.
All right, that's going to give us another split. 6 is rolling with Jerry Jones and America's team as well.
Wow.
I'm going to side with the champs. 3.5 is not that big of a line. I think this is a little bit of smoke from the Cowboys. They had a bye week. They were aggressive at the trade deadline, and they looked great against the fucking Raiders. Who cares? I don't think they're going to be able to save their season. I think as much as they'd like to, I don't think they're going to keep it close with the champs here. The Eagles' defense is probably the best unit in football again. They made the one trade they needed for a pass rusher, and with another elite pass rusher on that line, they've just been manhandling teams. Adoree Jackson looks good. That was the other hole on their defense. And yeah, regardless of how Jalen Hurts plays or how much crying AJ Brown does, by the way, he got 10 targets last week. So
Yeah,
as much crying
so
as he does, he's still one of the most targeted players in the league, and he's just dogging routes. So hopefully he gets his shit together. But either way, I'm rolling with the Eagles here. We got another big NFC game. We've got the Buccaneers going on the road. They've been reeling. They're taking on the red hot Rams, who are favored by 6.5 points. Bug, what do you think about this one?
The Rams are also 7-3 against the spread, like the Eagles. And this time I'm taking the 6.5. The Rams, like you said, are red hot. Matt Stafford down week last week, but again, going against this Buccaneers defense that just gave up 6 touchdowns to Josh Allen, another MVP candidate. I think they're going to give up a big game against Matt Stafford here at home. I like a bounce back game for the offense here against the Rams. They went up against a tough Seattle defense. This Buccaneers defense is not as tough, and I'm going with the Rams, man.
Kenny?
You go, Andy. I want to hear what you say.
Yeah, I'm rolling with the Rams as well. They look pretty much unbeatable, even with Seattle putting up their best fight. This pass rush is going to have Baker Mayfield on the run, and I just don't think they're going to have enough juice to take advantage of the Rams defense where it counts. I mean, they have a nice receiving core, nice weapons, but that pass rush is elite, and Tampa Bay's defense is not going to be able to keep this within distance for Baker Mayfield. I mean, Mayfield's great in the fourth quarter when it's crunch time, but it's got to be a close game. I don't really expect it to be one.
That's fair. I kind of like the 6.5 for the Bucks. Honestly, I see 6 pick the Bucks as well, but I think the Bucks need a bounce back game badly if they want to win the division. They know the Panthers are creeping up on them. Personally, I think the Bucks. This is a must-win game for them. So I don't know if they will win, but they definitely should. They should definitely cover the spread here, and I think the Bucks will.
Baker revenge game potential.
Baker revenge game.
I am scared
Potential
of that.
revenge game.
I am scared of that.
I don't know. I just LA regardless of who's playing there. It's never a home game for Los Angeles. So, the Bucks fans will be out there. There'll be a big bunch of them. So we'll see we'll see if LA comes to root for them or the Bucks, have home field advantage in LA.
Yeah, I don't blame you. 6.5 points is a lot between two potential playoff teams. This could be the week, though, that there is a new leader in the NFC South. The Carolina Panthers go to the West Coast to take on the Niners. San Francisco is favored by 7 points. Bug, why don't you open us up?
I am going with the Panthers. 7 points is too much for the Niners.
Sir.
Their defense has been banged up all year. Christian McCaffrey has been awesome. He's been fantastic. In that regard, it's kind of been a one-man show. And I like the Panthers here. They cover the spread. They're 7-4 against the spread this year. The teams playing this week, they're one of the few with seven coverage this year. So Vegas can't seem to get a handle on them, but Book can. I'm going with the Panthers.
Nobody.
Rico Dowdle to the moon, baby.
Dowdle to the moon. Yeah. I'm going the Panthers as well. I went against Bryce Young last week because I thought, he's going to falter, but he proved me wrong. Man had the best game of his career in Atlanta last week. Yeah, I think this is another game. This was what the Panthers were supposed to do against the Saints. I think they come out here and show that they're for real. I think the 49ers are not genuinely good. They got Brock Purdy back. The offense looks solid. The defense does not look great. Jacoby Brissett got 47 completions off on you, and I think Bryce Young is a better quarterback than Jacoby Brissett. Maybe not by a mile, but he's definitely better than Jacoby Brissett. So I think Bryce Young finds his time. He might have his government mandated interception, but yeah, I think Bryce Young wins this game.
I hit the fade with the Panthers last week, but I can't victory lap it too much because I did not see a 450-yard game from Bryce Young coming.
I
But
don't
that
think
only
any.
makes me more encouraged. I mean, I love what the Panthers are doing. They're kind of synonymous with the Jaguars this year, where they're rolling and people just keep waiting on the fall off and keep waiting on the fall off, but it's not coming. They got a solid squad. The run game is borderline elite. The defense is solid. Bryce Young has his moments, and I'm going to roll with them again here. That gives 6 another fade. And that wraps up our week 12 spread picks. Let's get into our locks. I spoke about this earlier. My lock for the week is going to be the Eagles by 3.5 at Dallas. I just think the champs have not been getting the respect they deserve. I think that everything people have been saying about the Chiefs is what they should be saying about the Eagles. I think the Eagles do figure it out. They got hot offensively down the stretch last year, and their defense looks just as good as it did last year. And I think the offense is going to start turning around, and there's no better time for that to start than against the Cowboys. Kenny, what do you think for your luck?
I'm taking the Lions. Jared Goff inside a dome. He's the man. I think the Lions are gonna hoop on the Giants. The Giants defense isn't great. Yeah, so that's my lock for the week.
Bud?
My lock for this week is going to be an underdog. I'm going with Houston plus 5.5. I think this defense is legit. I am not scared off by Josh Allen's, 6 touchdown, have yourself a day, fantasy day. Good for you. But I like this defense at home. I'm locking it, man. I'm locking the neck. Davis Mills, let's go, baby.
That's a very bold move. We got 2 locks on reigning conference champs this week. 6 is locking the Chiefs minus 3.5 against Canny's Colts. He told me that he just does not expect Patty Mahomes and the Chiefs to fall below 500 to Daniel Jones. And I think that
no one expected them to fall to
Spagnuolo,
500 in the first place.
That's true, but he's feeling confident enough to lock it. So that gives us our locks for the week. I've got the Eagles minus 3.5. Boog's taking the underdog Texans with 5.5 points. Kenny's got the Lions by 10.5, and 6 has the Chiefs minus 3.5. So again, that is our locks. Let's move on to our lotto parlay. Like I said, I'm feeling good about the Eagles. I think they're going to turn it up against the Cowboys. If you tease up their line to 6.5 points, that gets you to plus 148. But what you got?
I'm going with Shador, man. Cleveland money line plus
Fucking
176.
go.
Let's go. They're going to beat the Raiders. I'm not going to watch a lot of it, but I'm going to watch enough to see this cash out, though.
All right, Canny?
I'm taking Drake May for 300 yards plus 260. I think the Bengals defense has shown us that they're giving up 400 yards a game to anybody. Like I said in a previous episode, a squirrel can't defend that. A squirrel can defend out there, these guys suck. the Bungles. I think Drake May, if you want to make an MVP case, you got to pass for 300 yards in a game where you're supposed to. So, yeah,
he hasn't done it yet.
Yeah, and I'm taking it now. Let's see if he can do it.
If you can't throw for 300 yards against the Bengals, you should not win MVP, nigga.
Yeah, you cannot. You can't. Like, everybody has thrown against
Give it to
everyone.
Johnny T.
Everybody's done it. Even Justin Fields. Like, this is crazy.
Fields.
Like, even Brees Hall threw 2 touchdowns against y'all. Like, I think Drake May should have 300 yards. So, yeah.
All right, like we said earlier, 6 is feeling very confident about the Chiefs against the Colts. He told me he expects Indiana to have a fall off game while the Chiefs get back on schedule. He's teasing the champs up to 6.5 points. That gets 144. So if you string all those bets together, that gets you to plus 5,912. You put $100 on that, you're walking away with almost 6 bands. I think
yes, sir.
I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Like that.
We went 0-4 on our lotto parlay last week. We went 3-4 on the week prior, though. I think it's time for us to hit one. Tail with us. It's been fun. This has been our Casuals episode 4. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see y'all next time.
Hey, quick shout out.